And good evening, everyone. Welcome to our twice weekly hangout. I post the link at the bench, which I'll do right now. Post. This is a Memorial Day show. We'll have one today and then post Memorial Day Monday. We do that, like I say, twice weekly, 7 to 9, and then they have an after party should they choose to hang out. Worked on the trailer today. Got the ceiling in. I just need to put up, I'm real close now. I got the floor to do, which lay the linoleum. That'll take a couple hours. That's not a big deal. But what's held me back today is I need to mill up some fence posts or fence pickets. Uh, the ceiling is 1/4 inch thick shiplap cedar. It looks real good, but I have these angled things on the side, and I need to make them removable so I can access the wiring. So I'm going to take fence pickets and run them through my planer on both sides, and then cut them into 2-inch furring strips with a 45-degree angle on one side. I'm going to take those and nail it to these angled pieces at a 45 so that when they go up in that track, I can just run some screws from the bottom into the ceiling. So I cleaned it all up today. Hello, Gary.
Hello.
And I finished the rest of the insulation. I took duct tape and I duct taped all the insulation together. It's so when the air conditioner's running, it's so airtight that it sucks the door shut. And that'll even be exacerbated some more when I get the flooring down, and then I'm going to caulk around the bottom around the molding on the floor so that there's no air leak there. And I'm not sure. Hey, here's iPhone 5, whoever that is, Howard maybe.
Yeah, that's I.
You're driving down the road.
I'm driving down the road.
You
Yeah.
must
I'm
be
on my way to the Northwest Regionals.
you must be close to a cell tower.
I guess so. Probably so. There's a lot up here.
Well, you got 2 thumbs up so far.
Oh, well, uh, not my thumbs. Yes, they're busy.
Yeah. So what state are you in now?
Oregon,
All by yourself?
just past, all by myself. Yeah, Mary Lou, hemmed and hawed, decided to stay home and work in her garden.
That ain't no fun.
It is for her, I guess. Yeah, Portland didn't have much traffic. I'm on the south side of Portland. Now it's all jugged up.
You already went past Burnsides?
It's coming up. I think. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's right by the river park.
Oh no, there's a model airplane circle there, flying circle,
Oh, is there? Yeah.
in the park by the river. They had a contest there, and I didn't go to that because I couldn't figure out how to open the doors in the car.
Uh,
By the time I figured it out, it was too late to pack and sleep and go to the contest.
Well, you're on early tonight. Usually don't come on till 8 o'clock.
Oop. Yeah, well, I figured that this would be a good time to sign on since the traffic has stopped.
Yeah, usually the picture out of a car is not that good. Must
The
be,
caffeine checks in from his car from time to time.
yeah, it's not that
Yeah.
good. Real clear picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
So when's your estimated time to be there?
estimated time to be there is 7:49 p.m. I might not have time to get in any stunt tonight. Yes,
Yeah.
everybody's all gone.
What are you going, about 20 mile an hour?
12.
12.
Well,
Well, now it's down to 10.
Get out and walk.
Yeah, I saw a cartoon a couple of weeks ago about two snails driving in a car, and one of them said, "You know, traffic like this, we go faster by stomach."
I swear, I haven't had a text all day. The minute these meetings start, texts start. Unreal.
Anybody we know?
No, not unless you know the ammo man.
Animal Man?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether I know him or not. Don't know him by that name. But say hi.
Yeah. You probably didn't follow my Continental repaint, did you?
No, I did.
I had to touch this. I had to touch this baby up. It's only. I don't know that you can see it or not, but
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I shouldn't be looking. I should be paying attention to the road, but I can see it.
it's only 15 years old.
Yeah, looks pretty shiny from what I can tell.
I redid the nose.
I'm flying a little dog this weekend, and I didn't touch it up at all. Might not get very many appearance points. I should have finished putting together the Senko shark and found that. Just to, bring back bad memories for the team. Half the team's got to be there.
Rusty's going to be there.
No, Orestes, well, not that I know of. He has showed up at West Coast Contest before. We were at the team trials in Houston. He said, if I make the team, I'm going to go on to the Golden State Sun Championships next weekend. Okay, I said. And he did. And he got there early, and this was at an airport, and the gate was closed. So he called Paul Walker to ask him what to do because the gate was closed. Paul said, see Yosemite. And Orestes thought that Yosemite was someone who could give him the code for the gate. But he figured it out and went to Yosemite and thought it was wonderful and went back after the contest, I think. It's not too far from where the contest was.
Did he end up flying at the contest?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
He didn't win either. He's been winning everything lately, of course.
Who won, David?
I forget. One of the usual suspects. David or Paul or Chris Cox. Or maybe Brett.
Yeah. You guys show up, it's might as well not even enter.
Well, I wouldn't put me among those people.
Well, you're normally top 5.
No, I'm not normally top. I'm top 5 in local contests usually. Be hard to be top 5 at this contest.
I forgot to call the EMA today.
Oh,
Shoot. I called them to I gave them my credit card and they took it down, but they still haven't charged it for the Nats entry into camping.
oh. I haven't entered the Nats yet. I guess I ought to do that. I've been working on a scoreboard for the Nats. A computer display scoreboard.
Electronic, that's good.
Yeah. Uh, the AMA says they don't have any. I, I, I worry about having somebody bring a scoreboard and then it not working, and I'd be fretting over that instead of flying. So it has been suggested that I just buy a damn display and take it.
A television?
Yeah. Yeah, any big display like that is going to be a television that comes with a bunch of add-on stuff that you don't need. But
All you need is a TV with an HDMI cord and plug it in the back of your computer.
that's all you need. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's a little more restricted than that. It has to be a 4K TV to get enough resolution to see the scores for the qualification rounds, and it has to be readable outdoors. And
That's a problem, but 4K you don't need because any 720 or 780 will do it.
I checked it out. We need 4K. I'm putting all the qualifications on one display, and type gets pretty little. But 4Ks are plentiful, and you can get one with a bright display for $400. Now, whether it'll work, that's to be determined. Whether it'll fit in the car, along with my airplane and stuff, that's something else. It would cost $1,000 in gas to drive the van to the Nats, but the electric car is free. I got,
No, it's not. You guys keep saying it. You paid for that up front.
I paid for it up front, but the marginal cost is nothing. I mean, free charging for life was part of the deal, and so
That's why you paid $80,000 or $90,000 for a $10,000 car.
yeah, but it won't. Now that it's paid for, it won't cost me any more to go to the Nats than it will to stay home.
Yeah. How long does the batteries last in that?
I don't know. We might find out.
Because if it comes to needing a new battery for that car, you just throw it away and get another one because the battery's more expensive than the car.
Well, we might find out. Prius was still going strong at 200,000 miles.
This year at the Nats, I want you to give me a ride in that car.
You betcha. We better go out somewhere where you can press on the accelerator if you want to do it on the Nats property.
How many horsepower that thing got?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know what it is.
No,
What's the car?
yeah.
It's a Tesla long range Model S. It's not the hot one.
How many horsepower does a Tesla long range Model S have?
The Tesla Model S long range has 670 horsepower.
Six,
The
seven.
answer is from
Ain't that much, but it's instantaneous.
Yeah,
Six.
I can't demonstrate it right here. But one thing was, you know how when you pack your car, you put your airplane in there such that if you slam on the brakes, the airplane's behind the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you pack your car like that in one of these things, and you accidentally step on the accelerator, well, it'll hurt the airplane because
Yeah.
the heavy
Yeah.
stuff will go back and hit the airplane.
I knew it was high horsepower, high torque. I just didn't know how much. But 670, I mean, that ain't that much today compared to the gas supercars, like the Challenge, what is that Dodge thing?
Charger?
No, well, no, it's
Oh.
not a Viper has the 10-cylinder car, but that they got a Dodge something or other, got 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, ask that woman, ask whoever you're asking there, how much horsepower a Tesla Model S Plaid has.
How many horsepower does a Tesla Model S Plaid have?
the Tesla Model S Plaid has 3 motors that produce a combined 1,020 horsepower.
Yeah,
This is from carscoops.com.
right. 1,020.
Yeah, I found one of those for a while. He didn't use all those horsepower when it was small. We should be talking about model airplanes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just take one with you, or you got a couple?
I got one with me, an old
One
one.
with you.
That way, in case there's a disaster, it won't affect your gnats showing.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, where's this place at that you're going?
Roseburg, Oregon.
Is that close to Eugene?
No, it's south of Eugene. Another couple hours, I think.
South, down 15?
I-5.
5.
Yeah, 15 goes through Salt Lake City. Over there.
Been a while since I've been there, but yeah, I was a Eugene prop spinner. I used to fly on that airport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told us the airport was going to take that over and build something there, but they never did. So for a while they wouldn't let us fly there because they were going to do something with it, but they didn't. So it's back in commission. It's a model airplane flying field.
Right. I used to have a key to the gate. I still got a key to the gate to Dayton, Ohio flying field. I guess they're not worried about me stealing it.
Oh, that's the one by the electrical stuff, or is this the new one?
It's the new one down
behind the nursery.
Yes, you've been there, huh?
No, I haven't. But when I did the contest reports for Stunt News, I looked on Google Maps at all the flying fields in the country,
Yeah.
so you can tell people where they are.
Yeah, I tell you what, when the tornado came, that place was horrendous to fly there. All those trees around there, the tornado came through and ripped all the leaves off. All it was sticking out of the ground was like sticks. It was great then. It was perfect.
Oh, yeah, we ought to organize one of those for some other fields I know, like the one in Portland. Oh, Eugene. I was thinking of Salem. Yeah. No, Eugene, they lost that field to the airport. It was an airport overflow parking lot, and
Right.
they decided they wanted to use it for parking. So they kicked him out.
Yeah, we used it for years back in the 90s.
I was there.
You know Gerald Champ?
Yeah.
He's a good builder. I don't believe he's ever been to the Nats, though.
I don't think so. He wrote an article on how to paint and
Yeah,
learned stuff from that.
just take the paint can and start pouring it all over it. He was a windy painter. He put some paint on there. He had a real beautiful Oriental with a 60 in it. Great big. It was, huh?
This must be bigger than usual, or yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah.
And it was painted red. God, that thing was beautiful. I said, "How much clear you got on that?" Or he said, "A gallon," just like Kenny Stevens. A gallon.
Yeah.
I said, "A gallon." He said, "Yeah, you sanded off." Yeah, right. But it looked candy apple. It was so deep, just deep, deep red. It was beautiful.
Cool.
Extra coats
I
do
haven't
that,
seen
don't
him lately.
What's that, Howard?
I haven't seen him lately. Is he still alive?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in 25 years. I sold him a McCoy. I bought a McCoy 60 out of Eugene Toy and Hobby in a blue metal box.
Oh yeah.
And it was brand new. I sold it to Gerald for $50. I kick myself in the ass every time I think about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I had one once. I think somebody stole it. I don't know why I had it.
This thing was brand new, and I bought that at Eugene Toy and Hobby. Shit, I used to go there every day. I worked down there.
Hey, traffic's moving now. This is exciting.
I can't believe that we've seen no cell tower shake of hands, or except for right there. He just switched. He just shook hands. Maybe he's out of range now. There you're back. I
Oh,
was,
welcome
I
back.
was,
No, you never left. I guess I was gone.
I was saying I saw no cell tower shake of hands, and then it just did it. You just
Oh,
crossed
I
over.
heard that part.
I was going to buy Starlink, and I got to thinking if I bought Starlink, it wouldn't matter because it's not on your phone. It would be on the trailer, and I'm walking around and whatever, so I wouldn't do any good. Be good for watching movies. What are you moving now? 40?
69.
Wow. You're
Um,
humming right along.
Humming right along. Coming up to a really cool neighborhood. When I get there, I could maybe hold the phone up to the window and show you. They grow grass seed, and there's this just lawn as far as you can see.
Hmm.
It'd be a great place for flying free flight or stunt or.
Minnesota Mike says the gate number is on the back of the address of the airport. I don't know where he's talking about, but
Well, it's good to know because I'm going to an airport, but I think it's open.
come on, guys. We need some more guys. Come on in.
Yeah.
I just saw on YouTube a fellow, got white hair, but anyways, it was Triple Tree. And he's talking about the people want to buy the property where you enter in on the other side of the road. And then on the other side where all the jets fly or something, they want to buy all that. And if they do that and put housing in there, then Triple Tree's done. That's what he was saying. So they're trying to get some money so they can get that property so they don't have a housing development come in there.
Oh.
Well,
So,
they will just do eminent domain and you're out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish them luck.
Yeah.
Politics is so weird.
Oh yeah, it's just so we had to fight, didn't we, when we screwed up? People call the cops on you, making too much noise.
Well, Booter Park will never be anything because it's on a floodplain, and I don't believe Woody or Narrows will be anything except a model airplane park because it's in the wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston's in a floodplain, and a lot of times it's underwater.
Woody or Narrows is?
No, Houston.
Oh.
Field in Houston.
Yeah, any of
Their
them.
old field, the soccer people.
Any of them parks that are on a floodplain, you don't much have to worry about them. What else are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
However, you could lose it to soccer people or baseball people.
Yeah, that's soccer's problem. Hey, there's plenty of people just went by, Junior.
We lost you there.
Oh, we just went by.
Yeah, just shook hands again.
Yeah, hey, Harley just went by.
Oh.
That might have cut off reception. It's
Interference.
pretty loud. Yeah, it's going fast too.
Man. So
Where's
what time is
everybody?
it?
They're on their way to the Northwest Regionals, I guess.
What time is it there now? 4:30?
5:30.
5:30. So you're 2 hours.
Yeah.
How's the weather?
Beautiful.
Weather's great.
Great.
Let's see, what's the temperature? 85. Warm.
We had rain all day today.
I want to run this lumber out in the backyard because it's so messy to run. And I didn't want to do it today because it was kind of misting. But tomorrow I think it's even going to be worse.
Supposed to be pretty good weather tomorrow. I see
Yeah, there it goes again.
on Sunday. It's another motorcycle. You there? Am I there?
Yeah, yeah, you're there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, another motorcycle passed. It cut off reception. There's a cell tower right there.
Yeah,
this
that
should be
that car that I was thinking of is the Dodge Hellfire.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Let's see. Or Hellcat. It's Hellcat.
okay, yeah.
How many horsepower does a Dodge Hellcat have?
The Hellcat has a supercharged 6.2.
No, it ain't that one. It's only.
Produces anywhere from 702 to 807 horsepower.
It's
This
not,
answer is from usnews.com.
okay. How much horsepower does the Dodge Hellfire have?
The Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat has an engine output of 707 horsepower.
That,
This is from brainly.com.
God, it's like it doesn't speak the same language I'm talking.
Maybe there is no such thing as a hellfire. We we had a phone conversation the other day, and we were asking AI questions like one of the best ones was, "What does Uncle Jimby mean by holistic stunt?" And it came up with a long-winded answer that it just made up.
Well, let's see how it works.
Yeah.
What does Uncle Jimmy mean by holistic stunt?
Okay, I found this on the web for what does Uncle Jimmy mean by holistic stunt.
Uncle Jimmy. Hey, Bob.
Jimby, Jimby.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard. Hey, Gary.
Hi.
Right.
Howard is showing us 85-degree weather, sunny.
Well, he's actually playing golf. He's driving.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing golf. I'm dressed for golf. This is not a golf cart. It's electric, but it's not a golf cart.
Well, you're driving.
Yeah.
We need caffeine on in his car, and that way you guys could have a phone conversation car to car across.
Yeah.
Hard to hear him.
Yeah.
So I'm on the way to the Northwest Regionals.
Wow. Say
Paul
hello to
Walker's
him.
going to fly his new bomber there.
Cool. Say hello to him.
Get some close-up pictures with your phone.
Okay.
Boy, that Tesla's got a big steering wheel.
It's probably a wide angle lens or something.
Looks like you're steering a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an option for a yoke, which is more like an airplane steering wheel. This one's just a regular steering wheel.
I'm gonna put my headphones on. I can't hear him.
There's also an option to not have a steering wheel, period.
Well, not in these things.
I'm going to Forensi's house tomorrow.
Oh, you won't be there.
Yeah. I'm gonna hopefully pick up the Blue Angel so I can
Oh, great.
transport it out to AMA to go into the museum.
I was there at the Nats when he flew that thing.
64.
64, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how many flights are on that airplane?
No.
17 total. And you know why?
No.
Well, on his last flight at the Nats, of course, Silhavy won, Ron Donnelly was second, he was third. But on his last flight, um, he was a little bit lean and he thought he was going to go overtime. And instead of flying level, which is what you should do to burn more fuel, lower you can fly, he decided to climb to the top of the circle and try to overheat the engine and seize it. And that's what he did. And it blew the head gasket. It did overheat, it seized, and he landed with like a couple of seconds left to go and took third. And he never changed the head gasket and never flew the airplane again.
Wow.
It's got a torpedo in it.
No, it had a Fox 59
Fox 59.
Oh yeah.
with a custom carved Venturi restrictor by Duke Fox himself.
Oh.
No muffler, right?
No muffler.
Boy, them things are loud.
All right, here's a trivia test. Who was the first person to win open stunt using a muffler? And when was it?
Probably.
Give up?
I give
was,
up.
It was the next year in Willow Grove. It was Gialdini with the Eclipse with a Vico with a Merco 49 in it with a Spinaflow muffler. First one ever.
Huh.
So that's who we can blame for mufflers, huh?
Or credit.
I want to know who to blame for safety thongs.
John Thompson. The CD or deputy CD of the contest I'm going to.
Okay, give us a story.
I think that's his idea. He I don't know what the story is.
Okay, that's all right.
If I get there in time, we're going to ask you.
Well, did you know we had a safety thong rule, and then we got it voted out for a while around
For
19.
stunt, yeah, I don't know why we haven't for stunt.
It was in stunt for a while, and then it was voted out, and it was voted back in or they said we had to do it again in 1975, and that was at the Nats, and Bob Gieske was there, and he found out about the rule. He didn't know about it, so he put a safety thong onto his Easy Just handle on a practice flight, except he put it on the wrong side of the handle, and he picked it up upside down, and he gave up to take off, and the airplane started to grind the prop on the ground, but it gave down elevator accidentally. And his son Joe had launched the airplane, and the airplane was hopping along the ground, and Gieske reversed the controls. The airplane went up in the air, came back down, hit so hard that it broke the fuselage off of the airplane aft of the wing, where all Noblers break. And it was hanging on just by the push rod, waving around. And by this time, the prop had broken completely, and it was in a shaft. I was right there. I was right 20 feet from it. The thing was in a shaft run going across the ground. And Joe ran out, grabbed the airplane, said, "I'll kill it, Pa. I'll kill it." And he smashed the nose into the ground, broke the nose off in front of the leading edge. And this is, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Gieske took the pipe out of his mouth and went, "I think you killed it a mite too much, Joe." An absolutely true story.
my favorite handle upside down story was we were at a stunt contest, the local contest. I'd gone off to the bathroom, was coming back, and I see Mike Haverly flying the Freedom 45. He was taxiing around the ground at full speed, and he did several laps.
The good thing he had
Tricycle landing gear.
tricycle landing gear.
And what had happened, he had the handle upside down, realized that he did, and was running along on the ground while he was thinking of what to do.
That's funny. I did that at the 84 national, 84 nationals, before the nationals. It was before the worlds, which were before the Nats, and we don't have to practice. And I was the alternate, so I was chosen to do the practice flights for the judges. So, being a smartass that I am, nobody's going to argue that. I decided I didn't have to use a safety thong because I was practicing for the World Championship warm-up flights. And I didn't need a safety thong. I picked up the handle upside down, and my son Robbie launched it. And fortunately, the first thing I do is feed a little down end to get it running on the mains. And as I was feeding down and looking to my left, the airplane was climbing to my right. It had lifted off and turned up right over Robbie and was going up at about a 60-degree angle to the right. And I realized what had happened. I flipped the handle over, brought it back down like nothing had happened, and started to fly the pattern. And Billy said, no, you don't get away with that. You don't get away with that, you know. So,
And someone got hurt
no,
by
nobody
not having a thong on it.
No.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Just someone
You gotta have a
it's
thong
safe.
in FAI now.
Yeah. You do have to have a thong at FAI?
Yes.
When did that rule come in?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's been there for a while.
Huh. Huh. We used to call them nuisance thongs.
Well, I don't remember what year it was, but it was while John was alive. He had a white Giske Nobler, and he almost hit me with his airplane. He had the handle on right. He had the lines on wrong. He took off. I guess it was, he was giving it down. No, he was giving it up, and it was hugging the ground. Then he gave it up, and it went like that and landed about 10 feet from me. Shit, it scared the hell out of me. Crash.
Yeah, not too many people survive having the handle upside down.
Ron O'Toole, I sold him Viper 3. I think it's $300. That was in the 90s. And he got real excited. We were at the glove factory flying. He got real excited to get up and get going. He put the lines on wrong and went about a quarter lap, and he figured, well, I'll just turn the handle over, and it went smack. Like, God.
How do you put the lines on wrong?
I don't know. The way I do it, you can't. I mean,
Me too. You leave a clip on the airplane, a clip on the lines.
yeah.
You can't mess it up.
And the handle on the lines. So
yeah, exactly.
Not only that, my lines are color coded.
Even better.
Black to black and red to red, but I still do the line connector reversed,
Yep.
Because I have had it happen to me 1,000 years ago.
I've never hooked the lines up backwards, but I picked the handle up upside down. So
having staggered lines is a good way to prevent getting them wrong, because
yep.
It's really obvious. You pick up the handle and you got full up.
Another exciting thing that happens is dandelion stems.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, clover's bad too.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I hated flying on pavement. But now, shit, I don't want to fly on grass. I want to fly on pavement.
Yeah.
Because when you hit the ground, you really do it. Good job.
By the way, Howard, I'm going to probably pick up one of the Super Satans to also take to the museum. I was talking to
Good.
Michael Smith, and he wants those in the museum. So there's still quite a few airplanes down there.
Who's living there now?
His daughter, Gina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His son was living there. They were all living there, and he passed away a couple of months ago. The only two left are Gina and Bernadette. So,
Yeah, we got no chats here. We got 18 watchers.
hi, 18 watchers.
Make sure to hit that thumbs up button.
18 times.
Yeah, got one.
Hey, what a!
Okay, I'm in Salem now.
Watch out for the witches.
I stopped by the flying circle and show you.
Hey, what a tragedy about Kyle Busch, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a shock. What a shock.
What's that?
Kyle
Kyle-
Busch, Kyle Busch died.
Oh,
He was in the simulator and he had something go wrong. He had blood coming out of his mouth and he died. It's a shame. He was young, 41. I got underwear that old.
Now, when you were 20, you didn't think 41 was that young?
Oh. I'm not too far from doubling that though.
yeah.
You getting pulled over or you run out of gas, run out of electrons?
No, this traffic is coming to a stop. Guess everyone's stopping by the circle here to put in a flight or two on the way to the Northwest region.
There they are. I got
There we go.
Hey, how you doing? Did you get your check yet?
I'm not sure. Tony, did the check come in? We haven't seen it yet. Did the props come in?
Well, the problem I found out about when I was sending out the thumb drive with the photos on it, which I sent out today, something didn't look right on the label, and I realized I spelled your last name wrong. Probably did it on the check too. I spelled it Eberens, or excuse me, Ebernez instead of Eberens.
Yeah.
They'll probably still cash it. If not, I'll send you another one right away.
Yeah, that other Brendan Ebernez that's out there. That yeah, there's so many of us.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just dyslexia there.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah, there's a lot of E's in there, so the placement, gets tricky. Actually, I was talking to a person earlier today. I worked in the federal prisons for a while there, and
making license plates.
Yeah, making license plates. Yeah, actually, it's funny when I went to the VA. I was talking in front of a group of people. I said, "Yeah, I spent the last 10 years in prison." As a psychologist, yeah, I gave a pause there to, thinking that I was coming out of prison. But yeah, I like that my last name was so complicated because I ran a program where you'd get a year off your sentence if you finished my program. And it was a 9-month recovery program. And so there were a lot of times where inmates were acting a fool and we'd have to kick them out of the program and let them serve out their whole sentence. Yeah, what a shock there, huh? Yeah, I always thought they may come hunt me down, but they could never spell my last name or figure it out for the life of them. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think I have any problems.
That's funny.
Hmm.
I had a
So,
good friend. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to get into. We're working on our baby combat streak here, finishing up the half E plane,
Oh,
getting a lot closer.
oh, cool.
But trying to get it done for Brodax in 3 weeks, because they did not make it official this year, but we're rounding up a couple of folks. I think Ed Wassey is going to fly his half E, John Paris, and we're asking anybody else that if they got a half E and you're coming to Brodax, throw it in the car, and we're going to kind of have a little bit of a fly off there, but also maybe troubleshoot. I guess the half A is pretty established with its kind of rule side of things, but maybe just kind of get it in front of folks and hopefully the next year kind of get it formally on the books.
Yeah.
Are we only 3 weeks out?
It's the week is it like the 15th is the start? I think
14th or 15th.
14th or 15th is the start of it, because I know the Friday is the 19th, the Juneteenth, and that gives me an extra day off from work, thankfully.
Man, I better get on the stick.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out all our stuff. I mean, we spent so much time just purely dialed into the worlds that, we're getting this combat streak going. We got a racing plane that maybe we'll get up. Last year, he had a blast with Junkyard Wars. So we got to be looking at that again and kind of how we approach that.
2021, 22 days for me.
Yeah. Happy birthday, by the way, Angstrom.
Thank you.
Yeah, just turned 16.
I saw that high tech little airplane they gave you for your birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
What are you going to fly at the Nats for stunt?
What's that?
What are you going to fly for stunt at the Nats?
What's your plan?
Well, for the advanced, I'm probably just not going to take builder and model. I'm not going to take the points, and I'm just going to do the Raptor. But I'm not sure what we'll be able to do for the senior.
The senior, yeah. Senior opens kind of a question. Our SV11, as if y'all remember last year when I was busting out ribs with a ruler there on the L pad, it's still very tail heavy, and we really haven't done much with it. We just got dialed into the world championships, so
yeah, of course.
It's either going to be flying that again, and again, not in the best trim shape and weight shape on that, or our smoothie that we put together here. We haven't got it up. Hopefully, we wanted to dial that in for classic or old time stunt as part of the Nats build up, but I don't know. We just don't have a great flying plane for the senior open side of things, and that's where hopefully our legacy down the road is more of our future build, or we get the SV11. We're going to hack a couple inches off the end. Somebody actually, I won't name drop, but somebody had told us to lengthen the moment on it by 2 inches from the original plans.
The tail moment or the nose moment?
The tail moment. And so, what happened is again, it got really tail heavy and the whole model got heavy. And part of the heaviness too was that it was our first time kind of spray painting stuff. And I think we put a ton of paint on there. So I think if we sand it down again and go that route, sand it down and cover it again, but also knock those 2 inches off, I think we'd have a lot better flying model, but we got a while
back to 2 inches off rather than making it 2 inches longer.
We lengthened it. Maybe I was using the language wrong, but the hinge to hinge, we lengthened it out another 2 inches.
What was it originally?
17 and a quarter, I think.
What was the number there, Sparky?
17 and a quarter.
That sounds about right. And then we added the 2. Yeah.
That'd be good if it didn't come out tail heavy, but of course it came out tail heavy. So it's it'd be hard to balance it without making the nose longer.
Did Phil Granderson come to you in a dream and tell you to make it longer? Howard knows what I'm talking about.
No, this is all the fashion now. People saw sharks at the World Champs, and they're thinking, "Wow, we got to make those tails longer." So you're right there with fashion.
Yeah, actually, that was
but
one of the.
You got to have it balanced.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Orestes told us at the dinner table as he was kind of talking over our planes and stuff. He suggested that, get a shark, and then he's like, and make sure that it's got 2 inches more on the moment. So
2 inches more than the stock shark.
Oh, he was talking our Raptor. Yeah, okay. He was talking about our plane, our Raptor. If we ordered another one, get it 2 inches longer on the moment.
Oh, okay. Will he do that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's got that capability or if he's just mass producing them or not.
The one you brought up here was tail heavy already.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. I like thinking the tail is if you got a tail heavy airplane, it'll make it worse. You get a little credit for having more area way back there for the tail, but not enough to undo the balance problem. So yeah, I got 2 airplanes with a lot of lead in the nose, including the one I'm flying this weekend. Yeah, we had to make electric noses a lot longer than I suspected we would. But long tails are good.
Yeah, the problem for us is that anything we're building and stuff, I don't know. We need to get it right the first time. We should have knocked off 2 inches or added 2 inches. I don't know. It's just that's big mistakes on our part, and then trying to go back around and fix that.
Yeah, you got to balance it somehow.
James Ferguson says, "Hello, everyone. I'm just getting back into the hobby, and he needs supply sources. So I told him to check out Stunt Hangar.
Check out Brodax.
Yeah, Brodax. It depends on what you want. I mean,
welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Wood suppliers, National Balsa. Who else is doing it? Bud knows it.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle. I don't think that you can buy from Bud Nosen. You have to be a dealer. Isn't that right?
I was a manufacturer, so I was able to buy from them. Yeah, wholesale.
You're not gonna go there and buy one stick. You're gonna have to.
No.
You're gonna have to buy $500 worth.
Or more. I used to buy 700 sheets at a time.
Wow.
Well, I would go through that pretty quick. Actually, I do that 3 times a year.
So you take the 10%, that's 70 sheets, and put it in your pile.
That light quarter grain. I got stacks and stacks and stacks of 4-pound quarter grain.
Ooh.
And I'm going to pick some more up tomorrow at Larry's house. Apparently, there's like $5,000 worth of balsa wood there. From the 60s.
That's good and dried out by now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was in a basement that wasn't too dry, but if it was stacked in a box against each other, it'll, the inner sheets will be fine. Larry had good wood.
James, I can't believe you hadn't heard of Stunt Hangar. Well, now you know. When you register, use your real first and last name, or you won't get approved. That doesn't have to be your display name, but use your real first and last name.
Minnesota Mike said that Kyle Busch had a bad lung infection.
A bad what?
Lung infection.
Yeah. He was throwing up
Oh.
blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got the COVID shot.
It's a shame. He won his last race last week or 2 weeks ago. He won last week. He won the truck race
Yeah.
at Dover. And he said after he won it, he says, you got to cherish each one of these. You never know when it's going to be your last. That was freaky.
Yeah.
So they're going to put Austin Hill in his car, but they're going to take the number off of it. They're not going to run the 8 until Brexton, his son, is ready to race, and then he'll get that number with RCR. So I think they're going to put the number 33 on the car, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's driving the 3 car now?
Dillon, Austin Dillon.
But that's still for Dale's race team, right?
RCR, yeah. Richard Childress Racing.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Did you know that him and Gary Hayjack were friends?
I think I knew that he knew some of those guys, yeah, because he was big into cars. You know, I knew
Right.
that.
We went to Huntersville, and Gary says, "Well, we're going to stop off at Childers Racing." We went in there, and then Gary and him talked or whatever, and we looked around. A really super neat shop. Yeah,
I know that Don Hutchinson was real good friends with Bobby Allison.
That's going way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah, there's some interaction between the model airplane guys and the car guys. Jack Sheeks taught AJ Foyt how to fly RC. True. Johnny Rutherford was a giant scale flyer. Danny Ongaias was a pylon racer. He raced pylon racing. Quite a few of the Rick Mears. I talked to Rick Mears. I got an interview with him on the phone. They gave me his publicity agent gave me his home phone number when I was at Flying Models. I wanted to do an interview with him, and so I got to talk to him on the phone, just like talking to you guys.
See, any kin to James and Bobby? Andy?
I don't know. Well,
that'd be the first question to ask him.
I didn't know those guys at that time, so.
Like when I met Kurt Nixon, the first thing I asked him was if he was any kin to Mojo.
Wow.
And was he?
No.
Well, I only got 20 days. Go ahead.
Rick flew model airplanes.
Who?
Rick Mears.
Yeah, he was an RC flyer. I think he maybe still is. So did Ayrton Senna. So did Juan Pablo Montoya. He flew some control line, actually. He was at Joe Knoll one year. Flew control line down there.
Who's the sax player for the Rolling Stones?
A sax player?
The sax player for the Rolling Stones.
I didn't know they had a sax player.
Well, yeah. I did the number of solos, I think. He's from Lubbock. He flew RC mostly, I think. What's his name? And Alabama built a stunt plane for him with a Rolling Stones logo on the tail.
I remember once asking Riley Wooten, who was from Lubbock, Texas. I said, because that's where Buddy Holly was from. And I said, did you know Buddy Holly? He goes to me, he says, Claire Holly's boy? Yeah, I knew him. Claire Holly.
Yeah, yeah. James, I think, was his classmate, James Mears. Getting back to the Mears.
Wow. Crazy. Got that Continental done, huh?
No, I just was listening to Brandon, and I started counting. I only got 20 days to get this thing finished up. I'm gonna repaint this.
In 20 days, you could build 6 stud ships.
Yeah. I got other things I'm doing too. I'm getting that trailer finished.
All right, you could build 6 trailers.
Uh-oh. More traffic.
Sparky's the only guy I know that can accidentally build an airplane.
Nah, you're faster than I am.
I'm not faster than you are.
Where'd all that balsa go?
It's all pretty much all still stored away,
Oh,
I think Robbie counts it every night.
yeah.
That's an inventory. Every time I pick up a sheet, it's like, you sure you need to use that piece, Dad?
After you go, I'll be talking to him.
What's that?
Nothing.
After I go, I'm kind of counting on going after you.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. I felt a little bit better today. My back and legs felt a little bit better today. I took an epidural shot.
Oh, yeah. We were
2
wondering about it.
2 weeks ago, this coming Tuesday, and I actually felt a little better today. So I'm hopeful that maybe I can get some flying in and defend my title at least the nationals. I won't go to Brodax, but I got to go out and duel with Joe again at the Nats.
Hey, Uncle Jimby beat him in Ringmaster and
Really?
VSD. Yeah.
Did they have appearance points? He probably beat him on appearance points.
I don't know.
Jimmy has the most beautiful ringmaster I think I've ever seen in my life. What a phenomenal builder.
Yeah. Yeah, he's working on a mini shark now. He has many unfinished airplanes. I want him to finish the B-36.
Yeah.
It's almost done.
I cut the lost foam cradle set for that. It's huge. It's just long and thin. It's a mess. And I got a little, I cut a little model of Jimmy Stewart for him too.
Oh, cool.
He's got that Rockwell Commander too.
Yeah. And let's see.
And he's got that little humbug. I guess that's done now.
The humbug, yeah.
I built the wing for that.
He doesn't admit to some of these things.
Maybe I shouldn't have let the cat out of the bag.
I've sent him ribs for things. Maybe did I send him ribs for the Air Commander? If so, he was probably embarrassed to send them to you because he had this notion that if the wing area is too small, he can make up for it by having it thicker.
They're pretty thick. I remember cutting.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
Yeah, I did the lost foam cradle set for it.
Okay.
And then he extended it, and then I had to make a new leading edge mold puck that was longer for it. All right. He does a ton of favors for me, so I don't mind doing favors for him.
Oh.
Same with you.
What have I ever done for you?
Made those little. You made a whole bunch of stuff for me. You sent me all kinds of gifts, and those little.
I sent you some Kennard stuff a long time ago. You ever read that?
I did. I couldn't understand most of it, but I read it. You know, Robbie he understood it. You know. So.
I think. Well, I got this Shinden stuff from a Japanese guy I worked with. But the people in Japan were starting to bring things out from under the bed that they were working on during World War II. So
yeah,
a lot of this stuff was coming out about the time I was working with these guys, and one of them was a bunch of drawings for the Shinden, and it seemed to have a floating canard, namely the canard surface was free to float like a weather vane, and it was driven by a tab or a stabilizer on the back.
Oh.
And I've been thinking this would be a cool thing to do because it wouldn't be destabilizing that way, but still you'd get the force from.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Yeah, and I tried to get people at work to consider that, but they said it would flutter. So
It would canardly fly.
They can hardly fly, right? It's
You know, rolls canardly, rolls down one side of the hill, canardly get up the other.
yeah. So I never made a floating canard stunt plane, but I did put a forward fin on an RC glider that floated, so that it actually stabilized the glider, although it was forward of the CG, and its main property was to add drag. So you'd fling it up in the air and it'd come down pretty quick.
As I recall, you had a drawing with something with a monoboom that was coming off the outboard wing or the inboard wing outside the prop disc and going forward, and then having the floating canard just to one side of the boom. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know I ever admitted that to anybody in public.
Yeah, you did. You sent me stuff on that.
Oh, okay.
I think you sent it to Robbie too.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do that just out of orneriness because you can make a carbon boom extremely stiff and torque, so you get away with just one.
Yeah. I still have the canard bug.
But we don't have to get in there to start the engine anymore.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we got one drawn up that's a twin canard. And it's actually a better way of doing it with a monoboom fuselage, so you don't have the control, linkage issues. And still swept forward wing. He's got one that's got a highly tapered trailing edge, almost a straight leading edge, a little bit of taper, twin motor, and then remember that thing Walt Williamson had called the Witchaway?
I remember that airplane.
No.
Yeah, well, it's got a big canard.
I saw it. I don't remember it.
It's got a canard in the front. He had twin booms that went fore and after the wings. Had a, stabilizer and elevator in the front and one in the back.
Didn't it have two motors on it too?
No, it had a single motor. Twin boom, single motor. But we can do that same thing with a monoboom fuselage with a twin. And that's kind of where he's heading now with his experiments.
Who did the Aero? The one that had a rudder on top, mount on the bottom?
John Davis. He flew that at the 76 Nationals with retractable landing gear.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it flew good. He was a good flyer.
Plane at the World Championship.
He's a good flyer, that guy. Nice guy. He was the
Okay,
Indiana.
I'm stopping at the rest area.
You got your bottle with you?
I might have to. This place looks concentrated here. A lot of traffic. There's a queue to get in to the parking area.
Just whip off on the side of the road. They
Yeah,
like that.
we've all done that.
Well, this is a
Okay.
scary.
You guys watch the car while
Okay.
I'm gone. I might yeah, obviously phone here.
Yeah, we don't need you to take us in the bathroom.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we've seen. Anybody see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, the Wiener 500 today?
No.
They do a race. They have 6 Oscar full-size, big monster Wienermobiles, and they have the second year they've done it in Indy. They have a 2-lap race, and of course they're making all kinds of Wiener jokes. Very much a double entendre thing, all the way around the track. It's hilarious. It's on YouTube. You ought to watch it. Very, very funny.
Is it called the Wiener Race or the Wienermobile? What is it called?
The Wiener 500, it's called. Check it out on YouTube. It's funny. They're blocking each other and running each other off the road. It's real funny.
I figured that this year would be a good year to bring this off the wall. I just waited too long to freshen it up.
Well, you got other airplanes. If you don't get that one done, it's not a big deal.
I know, but this is, this is American.
Well, I get your point. Okay, that's point well taken.
I didn't think about it until too late, really.
Not too late. The way you build and finish, good grief, you can have that done by tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm going to try. That, I'm just up. It was kind of dull. Got a little thin right there. It'll be fine.
At 60 miles an hour, no one will see it.
Yeah. I had it hanging on the wall, and it hung on the wall so long, I guess the fumes from 15% nitro, when I last flew it in 2023, ate all the paint off the nose.
Huh.
I just sanded it down to the fiberglass and redid it.
Yeah.
I had a narf on the wheel pant. Big old ding on the wheel pant right here, so
Fix that.
sand it off and paint it. I mean, there's a bunch of dingers on it. It's old.
They don't fly good till they get some dings in them.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't care about them anymore. That's when you can fly them like you stole
I used to Radical RC. Have you heard of that hobby shop there in Dayton?
them. No.
They had it was like a 50s hobby shop. They had all kind of all kind of stuff, carbon fiber, push rods and little parts. I can't find it around here. If I was around there, if I would have known what I know now, I'd have bought all that stuff up and put that carbon fiber. It's like I don't know, it's about a 32nd of an inch carbon fiber rod. I'd put it around the wingtip, embedded in the wingtip so they don't get dinged up.
Mm-hmm. And trailing edge of the flaps and things like that.
But the problem is, when you start doing this, adding this and adding that, you end up with a lumber wagon.
It's true.
O'Toole told me you got to figure out how to leave parts off.
I agree with him.
I guess that's why Billy built the Thunderbolt, because he could leave the spinner off of it. Oh, here comes Howard. Camera's tracking him.
I talked to Lorraine today. This morning, I talked to Lorraine, and she said Billy's doing a little better. He was off at dialysis when I called, but she said he's getting around a little better, pretty much without the walker right now. So things are a little better for Billy.
Yeah.
Hey Gary,
Yeah.
whoever's in charge, make it so we can share.
You got to just share it, and then you get approved.
What's that?
Just go ahead and share
Yeah.
It says send request.
what you're sending, I guess.
All right, I'll send request.
There you go. Allow. Now everybody can share. They've taken away the button off here.
This is for Howard. We were talking about tell moments before. Links. This is one of the shorter ones he did. He did some that were like twice as long, but he knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who that is.
How's that, Howard?
We can't.
It's off scale.
There you go.
There, yeah. Is that long?
That was one of his shorter ones.
Oh. See, it says JCT there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Jive Combat Team. Okay, I'm preparing to leave the rest area. Oregon rest areas have beggars at them, and
Huh.
and I guess it's a big industry. And this one woman has the usual sign that says "out of gas," but she doesn't have her gas can. A couple of years ago, they all had gas cans. They say out of gas. Now, if you were going to get gas from somebody at a rest area, that person, if he had gas that he could access, it would already be in a can and could transfer it directly to her car.
Well, now they're not even feigning anymore. They're just blatantly just asking for a handout.
And if someone gave her money for gas, then she could go to a gas station and give the money, and then they'd put gas in the car. So having a gas can seemed to be kind of a useless accessory.
Especially when you drive an electric car.
Yeah, well, I'm driving an electric car too. It's fun to take a Tesla to a gas station and get in the line, you know. Well, we do that when we're getting gas for the lawnmower or something. It's kind of entertaining. Today I was charging the car on the way down, and there's a woman there in a BMW, and she was sitting there in a charging stall, and she wasn't hooked up, and it looked like she couldn't figure out how to hook up her car to the charger. So I went up to her to offer help or something, and she said, "Now, are you here to help me and give me some useful advice? If not, go away." And so, yeah, I could have been a nice person, but no, I said, "Are you sure this is an electric car?" She said it was. Then she got nasty.
There's how Scorinzi used to get gas to get home from Tucson.
Yeah.
How long does it take to charge that car?
Well, it depends on the state of charge.
Completely empty, flat.
45 minutes, I guess.
That ain't too bad.
You spend about 20% of your time charging on a trip.
That's a lot.
So do you go like 20% faster to make up for it?
Yeah. But I have to stop for various reasons anyhow. So
Like
I had lunch while I was charging.
And tickets and things like that. If you're going 20% faster, you're going to stop for tickets.
Yeah, stop for tickets. Yeah.
I thought it took, like an hour or two or whatever to charge, but 45 minutes, like you say, you could eat lunch.
Not one of these speedy chargers. I usually don't let it get that low, so half an hour or so. But
How many miles will it go on a charge?
410 supposedly, but I doubt it.
Well, you did a break after 400 miles anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, unless you're like Paul Walker or something, I think he drives to the Nats nonstop.
How Billy and I used to go to VSC nonstop. They're out there and back. Of course, we had two of us.
The last year my dad was at the Nats, Joey Matheson took him home, and they drove straight through from the Nats to Vegas. My dad said it just about killed him. You knew Joey passed away, right?
Who?
Joey Matheson. Great big speed flyer.
Didn't know.
About 300 pounds, about 6'6", 300 pounds.
I'd have paid money to watch him fly speed.
Oh, it was amazing. He'd fly, go around that pole, dance around that pole. Great, he was great.
The only speed flyer that left potholes in the middle of the circle.
You wouldn't have thought that big guy could get around that pole, but he sure did.
Do you remember Rick Ashford?
Yes, I believe I do.
He was a big boy, a really big boy. And we were judging one year at the Nationals, and we kind of hung out together. He was really fun to be around. And every time he got in my van, the van would list over about 10 degrees. He was huge. And we went down. He said, "Let's go to the Chinese buffet downtown." That's a true story. And down in Muncie, and right across from Bob Evans, that Chinese restaurant.
I know the place.
Kind of corner across there. So we walked in, and the lights over the all-you-can-eat buffet were on. When the manager saw him, he went over and turned the lights out over the buffet. Ashford says, I'm used to that.
I don't know the big fat guy comedian, but he tells a Chinese story about eating at China, the Chinese. You go now, big boy. You eat it too much.
Yeah, Louis Anderson.
That's it. Yeah. You go now.
I love Louis. I watch all the YouTube stuff, and he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Great comic. Too bad he died.
That's when comedy used to be really comedy instead of, now it's filthy.
He was clean and he was funny. Like Red Skelton, he was clean,
Yeah.
Bunch of them were.
Daniel Berry Sports says, "Happy Friday." Okay. Boy, it must be a slow. Now we only got 10 watchers on here. Normally we got 30 or 40, and I guess
Uh-huh.
everyone's out doing Memorial Day things.
Yeah, it's holiday weekend.
They're all on their way to the Northwest Regionals, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
And they don't have their cell phones on.
Yeah.
It's funny.
We're coming up to the grass seed plantations.
Stop by and pick me up a 100-pound bag.
Oh. But it looks like really good stunt and free flight country.
30 years ago, when I moved into this house, the lawn was perfect. And we had an ortho guy come stop by, knock on the door. We got a weed service for you or whatever. He said, we'll spray the yard and keep all the weeds out. He sprayed the yard and we had weeds. And I got weeds now. I mean, they killed the grass. They planted weeds.
So, Bob, did you see the video about this there guy at the Triple Tree was telling about they wanted to start a housing projects on this the one side, where you enter in there,
No.
and then on the other side, yeah, he's saying now they're going to try to get some money so they can buy that, because if people put a housing project and that kills the jet flying and the other flying too.
That's crazy. The airport's there first. You would think that,
Yeah.
and they move in, then they protest the airport. How stupid is that?
Yes, that's not right, is it? Right?
No, it's not.
That happens at all airports, I think.
It happens up 8/10 of a mile from me is an airport. Fortunately, the Lehigh Valley Airport Commission took it over. It was a little mom and pop airport, and they took it over, and now they can't close it down because it's part of the airport commission.
Well, Danny lives right on the end of the FedEx runway. And I guess they got a discount there or whatever because it was on the airport runway. And I said, "What do you notice there?" I don't even notice them anymore. I've been over there. You can't hear them, but I'm sure people move in and complain. Kind of like moving next to railroad tracks and complaining about the train going by.
How about it?
Here,
Yeah.
we're here abeam the Albany Airport, which Bob Carver says is the scene of the greatest moment of his life. He won a combat contest here one time.
Wow. Is he still alive, Bob Carver?
Bob Carver. Yeah, he was when he stopped by the house a few months ago.
I like him. He's the genuine original.
He's an original. Yeah.
Used to love to watch him do the low pullouts, just to practice flying in combat. He'd pull out about 3 inches off the ground.
He'd hit the ground and then he wouldn't pull out low for a few months. Then he'd be back at it again.
He made good stereo equipment, though. Carver stereo equipment.
Yeah, gave away a lot of them at the bladder grabber.
Yeah. Good guy. I met him out in Pasco. What year was that?
95 or 89.
Yeah, I think it was 95. Yeah, we were out practicing and he was there. But Dirty Dan is gone, right? He passed away. Yeah, well, it's a shame.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I think.
Another original.
Yeah. The namer of the bladder grabber.
Yeah. I was talking to Brooks Klostermeyer today, who was a friend of Scorinzi's, and they were up there. He and Bruce Douglas were up there. They hung around Lurie most of their life, and they found this huge box, big, huge box of baby pacifiers. So they're not going to try to sell them because they're old and they might be rotted. They'll probably blow up. But
Yeah, they get kind of stiff after a while.
yeah,
Were they Binkies?
I don't know. He didn't say what brand they were.
No.
I went to look for pacifiers when I was in Dayton and couldn't find them. So I had to buy regular pacifiers with the handle on them. And you buy 5 or 6 of those and the people look at you like, what are you doing with them?
I found the place where they make pen bladders. There's only one pen bladder factory left in the country, and it's in Escondido, California, where Charles Carter lived.
Wow.
So I might send him over there one of these days for pen.
Yeah. Would that be something for your electric airplane?
No. No, I got combat planes. Pen bladder.
Can't you just use surgical tubing?
Yeah, that's what people use these days, but these particular airplanes, it probably won't work with because it's got ends on it and stuff that takes up too much space. I probably use smaller caliber. I could try it.
I quit flying combat before they got into the bladders. I was still flying tanks back then, pressure tanks.
Oh, that was
In the 60s.
bladders are better.
I assume, but we didn't know about it.
Didn't know about it. Yeah. Saw our first bladder tank combat plane in 1961. Carl Barron. It's very cool. But I was passing a titanium factory. Bladders, if there's a failure, you know about it right away. It's not like a slow leak.
I remember seeing Larry blow up some of them.
Okay, here we're passing by the grass plantations, and I'll show you out the window. I don't know if you can see or not.
Yeah, big open specs out there. Wow.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you set
Oh,
that what the speedometer is?
I'm sorry, I didn't turn the camera around, so you weren't able to see anything. Let me try that again. Okay, here.
There you go.
Okay.
That's better.
Very nice.
Just a few houses here and there.
I forgot they ran triples in Oregon.
Oh yeah.
You
Maybe
better
some of our gang is going to the Northwest Regionals. Why they're not on here, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I got to hit Jimby up for another insert for trophies plaques for the Bernie Sahamsky Memorial Contest. Want to see if he can take his image and put it on a nice, graphic. I'm gonna hit him up for a favor.
Hey Bob, do you know dates on that event?
August 1st and 2nd.
August 1st and 2nd.
I'm looking at the sanction right now.
Okay. And then that's in Hazleton, right?
Hazleton.
Okay. All right.
Yep, we're going to have profile, old time, and classic on Saturday, and Pampa classes on Sunday.
Okay.
Food at the field. Um, you know, trophies the third.
Oh, check this out.
Wow, look at that. Look way off in the distance, you can see mountains.
Yeah.
But this last trip I took out to VSC was with Alan Buck and Ken Armish. And Ken had a Toyota Tacoma truck, and he had this big motorcycle trailer, enclosed motorcycle trailer, like 12, 15 feet long, and big guy. And I got out to his house to load up. We had this big thing I made to put the airplanes in, you know, we carried 11 airplanes or 12 airplanes. And I said, isn't this thing going to eat into the gas mileage? You know, and he says, oh no, the thing tows real easy. And this is leading up to something that relates to your picture, your video. The remembrance I have of that trip is us pulling into a gas station and filling up on the right-hand side of the car, and then making a left out of the gas station, making a left, making another left, making another left, and filling up on the right-hand side of the car again. That was my impression of that trip, was just filling the gas tank. So at any rate, we had to stop down by what's his name's house? The guy down in Carolina, the older guy. Can't think of his name. Anyway, we had to go pick up an airplane, and we
Morris?
who?
Tom Morris?
No, this was in Carolina.
Doug Taffender?
Watt Moore. We had to stop
Watt.
We had to stop at Watt Moore's house. Now we're going, you know, from Pennsylvania down to Carolina, then all the way across to VSC, nonstop. And so we were, you know, we're switching off driving, and all the time I'm telling Alan, when you get up to the high desert between Albuquerque and between Lubbock, not Lubbock, forgot. Anyway, from Texas to Albuquerque, I said, you know, you're going to be in the high desert, and you'll be able to see for 100 miles and see that kind of the same thing you just showed us with those mountains way off in the distance. And I was telling him about it the whole trip. And every time he got behind the seat to his driving stick, every time it would start raining, or in that case, snowing. So when we got up there, we couldn't see 5 feet to either side of the truck. He says, yeah, Bob. He said, that's some view. And I've never lived that down. I think my still paying off that gas credit card.
Well, what other report we got from Mark Gerber?
Yeah.
Oh, not much. I haven't flown it yet. I've been doing a little bench trimming. The control system looked like it was binding a little bit when I gave it full down. And the wire out of the rudder that goes up to the cam was rubbing against the side of the fuselage inside. So I just finished it. I took a little sandpaper and put it on a stick and got in there and made a little bit bigger opening. Now it's free and clear both ways. So, and I made a pair of gas gear, because this thing never flies very well on grass. I guess Keith never flew as much on grass.
Oh yeah.
So these are a little bit farther forward, and they're a little bit shorter than the big long ones that the Bearcat normally has on it.
Got no springs on it.
What's that?
Does it have the springs on it?
No. I've never done that. Keith told me he didn't think it was worth all that much. He had it on his.
think you'd want damping it, at least in addition to the springs.
Yeah,
That's
Might be difficult.
the springs are nice, but like you said, Howard, you want to get some damping in there somehow. Anyway, I just kept it to simple wires. And that's what Raby had in his Bearcat in 1970. He didn't come to the spring gear until later.
Shock absorbing gear, yeah.
So anyway, that's the Bearcat report for today. Weather's not cooperating much around here.
They got scale here at the Northwest Regionals, and the weather's cooperating.
I keep thinking about trying to enter it in fun scale or something, but
Pete Bauer was telling us something about an event they're trying to get going where more people can do sport scale things or, semi-scale airplanes,
You could try that at Brodak, Mark.
yeah, I'll have to see.
Bring your documentation.
Probably get a third place.
Whatever. You got 3D, a 3-view, and paint chips and all that. I mean, blue is blue.
Gives you an excuse for another practice flight.
Got pictures of it, the original. I've got color chips if that matters. I don't know.
Yeah, blue and blue.
Well, Class Coat claims that their glossy sea blue matches the navy color. And I've never actually put it up against one of the paint chips to see, but I'll take their word for it.
From the pictures you showed us, it sure looks like it.
Is it almost black?
Yeah, some people think it's black.
Well, there you go. It's right then.
Yeah.
I could probably paint some smoke down the sides. That would help the realism, right, Howard?
What Al did. I remember when I was a kid, my dad worked at Eastern Aircraft, but after the war, it went back to being General Motors again. And they produced a lot of Bearcats there at the very end. And I remember going down there, or Route 1 or 35, whatever it was on, and seeing the Bearcats with the wings folded up, the little half thing folded up, rows and rows and rows of Bearcats. Just stored because they never really got into the war,
Yeah. They were on a carrier headed out in the Pacific when the war ended.
Have you guys ever watched the video of the Thunderbolts being assembled out of the crates in the field?
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's interesting as heck. Do not throw the crate away. Do not. It's there's a big thing on there. Caution. Read the instructions, before unboxing, because the crate is the jig. I mean, it's cool. They drop them things off in the field. They'd have to dig a hole so that the landing gear could swing and
Oh my God.
clear the ground. But it's on YouTube. Thunderbolt assembly.
Huh.
Wow. Those are big airplanes.
And they did it all by hand, like
Yeah.
a squadron of guys, 20 or 30 guys. And they carry those wings around and stick them on. And it's about an hour long.
They were almost as big as owls.
Yeah.
I remember watching Al fly the first Bearcat, one with the eagle on the side, at the 69 Nationals.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, Steve Berry says, good evening, everyone. He's late joining, celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy-
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
What are you, about 21 now?
Yeah.
Angstrom's birthday too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was Angstrom's
That's
birthday.
right. Oh, okay.
You know what though? Turning 16, I haven't heard him say yet about when are you getting your permit?
After whatever physical from the doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he has to get a physical before he can get a driver's permit. never heard of that before.
Huh. Good thing they don't do that when you're 80.
Yeah.
Now this is the training video right here. I'll give you guys a link. About 40 minutes long.
Don't show it; you'll get a hit.
I know. I'm going to send you the link in the chat. Zoom. There we are.
I love watching Kermit Week's videos.
Yeah, I like them too. He's got some weird stuff.
He's a weird guy. He's not as weird as Jimmy from Jimmy's World, but he's pretty weird.
There's the link to the Thunderbolt out of a crate.
Check it out later.
I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in the Pacific. They drop them off in a box, and I think they come in 2 crates or 3 crates.
Oh. Right from Tower Hobbies or
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Horizon.
Matter of
There's
fact, I'll
there's a-
post for the YouTube guys too.
There's a picture around I've seen many times about a bunch of P-47s on an aircraft carrier
Oh.
going to Saipan, and they took them out there and then they launched them, and then they flew into Saipan and landed on the runway there. No
Hmm.
assembly required. I wonder what those Army pilots were thinking when they took off the carrier deck.
They didn't have catapults back then.
No, they just, made a run for it and went off the front end. And
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they turned the ship into the wind.
oh yeah,
Ooh,
and they
yeah.
probably were going full steam too.
The thrust of weight on those things more than B-25s.
There were 15,000 pounds.
What's a
I don't know.
B-25 weigh?
I
Same?
don't know why I know that, but that comes into my head. There were 15,000 and change.
That's something AI could. I don't know whether to believe it.
I'm not that interested, really.
Yeah, we'll ask her. All right, whatever. How much does a B-25 weigh?
Because they had 2 engines too. So
I found this on the web for how much does a B-25 weigh? Check it out.
33,400.
ask her what
Yeah.
a P-47 weighs.
How much does a P-47 weigh? Yeah.
It's a weighty question.
Yeah. Had a wingspan of 41 feet. How much does a P-47 weigh? God, this stupid thing. How much does a P-47 Thunderbolt weigh?
There you go.
The P-47 Thunderbolt had a maximum weight of 17,500 pounds.
17,000 maximum weight.
Prop.com.
Yeah, they take off from the carrier pretty light, I'll bet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if they put anything on them.
Yeah.
How much does
Doolittle.
an F4U Corsair weigh?
The current weight of the Lincoln Corsair depends on a couple factors and configurations.
Yeah, the Lincoln Corsair. Okay, how much does a
Chance what? Chance what?
Yeah. How much does a F4U Corsair fighter airplane weigh?
The F-4U Corsair fighter airplane had an empty weight of 8,982 pounds.
Wow, that was light.
18,000 pounds.
You want to hear
From
light?
Yellow Airplane.
Let's see. What was the numbers for a 0?
A6M.
Yeah. How much does an A6M0 fighter airplane weigh?
Okay, I found this on the web for how much does an 86M0 fighter airplane?
F-86.
Hmm.
How much does a Japanese World War II Zero weigh?
The experts who evaluated the captured Zero found that the plane weighed about 2,360 kilograms,
Wow.
5,200 lb, fully loaded, some 1,260 kilograms, 2,780 lb, less than the F-4F Wildcat, which was the standard United States Navy fighter of the time.
So
This
is it
answer is Wikipedia.
Well,
like,
that's lighter than a pattern master.
yeah, about a quarter of its weight. One quarter. Yeah, I don't think I'll be working on the trailer tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, so I'll finish this up. I'll finish painting this.
Yeah, come out here to the contest. Weather looks beautiful.
Anybody know if it's supposed to rain in Indianapolis on Sunday?
I can tell you. Let's see. Saturday is rain. Sunday is rain. Monday's the first day of not raining
In Indy?
here. But let me Indianapolis. Let's see here.
Oh
they
yeah,
run
they're
the-
gonna have a car race.
When do they run the race?
Sunday. Monday's the rain date.
Yep, 75% chance.
Of rain?
Yep.
Well,
It used to be difficult to drive in Indiana in May because everyone was pretending to be in the race. You couldn't
Yeah.
pass anybody on the freeway.
ba-dum-bum.
Let's see.
I
Yep.
never went to the Indianapolis 500 when I was at Purdue. Did you, Howard? We always had finals
No.
that week.
No,
Saturday's 100% chance and Sunday's 75% chance.
Wow. What about Monday?
Monday is 79 and clear.
The race will probably be on Monday.
Not sunny, but clear.
All right. That's even better. Like stunt flying weather.
But we're almost 80 degrees on Monday, 76 on Sunday. So the colder it can be, the faster it'll be.
Yeah, but if they don't have any sun on the track, it'll stay pretty cool. Did you see the crash that Rossi had in practice?
Nope.
Broke his ankle and broke his couple of fingers, and he's back in the car today.
Yeah.
Tough
Got
guy.
it duct taped to the steering wheel.
No, he just had little splits on his fingers and kind of a carbon fiber thing on his ankle. He's all right. Those guys are tough.
At least. I like these little things that come across for YouTube. You know, you'll see a motorcycle racer in a two-wheel drift, and then another guy will come underneath them and flip them off, and they'll go flying off. Them guys are
They've had some bad accidents in the Grand Prix stuff. The Moto GP. They've had some really, real bad accidents.
they do stoppies too. I mean, they're on the front brake so hard the rear wheel is grabbing and the back end is up. Unreal.
Yep. Guys are special. Anyway, what time is it?
It is time. 9 o'clock.
9:58 for
7
me.
o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Almost 10 for me. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go up to Scorinzi's in the morning, and that's a bit of a ride. So I'm gonna jump off.
Well, I'm going to close out the YouTube side. Appreciate you guys watching. We do this every Monday and Friday. However, we didn't have much of. We got us 6 guys here, but usually we have more.
What do you mean 6? There's 7 here.
There is. I only see 6.
I see 7.
Who?
Angstrom and Brendan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at the windows. Got 6 windows. Anyway, like, subscribe, and share. Let me see if we can close this out here.
I stick up for you guys.
My videos. God, they make this so hard to close out. It's unreal.
Let me know when we're closed out.
Okay, we're live. Here we go. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
You guys.
Are we off?
We're off now.
Hey, Brendan and Angstrom,
Yes.
why don't you build an airplane